You guys ever have a dream and when you originally have it, you don't really think much of it or you can't really figure it out, and then later on you revisit it or it comes back to you and you're like, wow, I really get that. So today I was cutting the grass and I'm walking, listening to music as I'm cutting each row. I'm in the backyard, and the further you get away from the house, the the harder it is for the Wi-Fi signal to patch in. So I had anticipated this, knowing that, at some point in time, I was going to lose my signal. So I changed the channel. I changed from the Wi-Fi to regular cell service so my music wouldn't be interrupted. And then shortly thereafter, my headphones died. So I'm getting into the further part of the yard, and just call out and I say, wow, this is crazy. But I say, God, you must want me to talk to you. So for some reason, you are cutting off my Wi-Fi, you cut off my headphones, and you just have me out here in this backyard, which looks kind of like the wooded area, but it's not reclusive at all. Nevertheless, I said, I'm gonna take this time and I'm gonna reflect on God. So this dream that I had last night came back up to me, and in the dream, I was I was cloned, and my clone, or at least what I perceived as my clone, approached me, and immediately I was defensive. So I'm seeing first person, and I'm saying to myself, "Wow, this is crazy. I'm defensive. Um, why? This is my clone. This is really cool. I should be embracing him." But instead, I was defensive, and then the clone said, "Oh wow, you really look good." And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is crazy as a clone. So me in the dream draws a weapon on the clone and shoots at it. And it's avoiding the bullets, etc. And really crazy scene out of a movie in my dream. So that comes back into my mind as I'm in the recluse of my backyard cutting the grass, and I say, God, what do you want me to get from this? What are you trying to extract from that? And what I got was that God wants you to grow into the better you. This clone that I saw was the better version of me, for lack of better terms. He was more in shape. He didn't have the extra 20 pounds of marriage weight on him. He was rather fit, and very agile. He was dodging bullets. And he was overall a very positive person. My dream self was very negative. On the second, I was defensive, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, God, so what are you revealing to me? You ever consider that as we are going through life and we're trying to make changes, we allow the surroundings around us to dictate how we should act or perceive things, and we are quick to try to attack and kill the better version of us that is coming true. I know in my spiritual growth, physical growth, mental growth, that I sometimes fall off track. Where I could have progressed, I sometimes regress. Where I could have kept pushing forward, I fall short because I'm not relying fully on God's strength. And 2 Corinthians 12 verse 10 reminds us that for when we are weak, we are actually strong because we are fueled by God. So I'm sitting there thinking about this like, okay, God, so you know that I see the better me that I can become, but for some reason I'm drawing my weapon on the better me and I'm attacking it because I don't want it to come to fruition, because I'm scared, because I'm uncomfortable of where God could possibly take me if I fully embrace the better me that was coming. If you think about the premise of a clone is somebody that is exactly as you are. So if I see me in this clone, in this dream, that should be the better me that I'm striving after, but I attacked it. And I'm just like, wow, that's crazy. So I wonder, I tell you this crazy story, all to bring it back to, I wonder, where has God have you, or what has God revealed to you in your life about where you can go? And how have you fought it? How have you crippled what God has sprinkled over you to say, hey, this is the next step. This is where I want you to go. This is where I want you to be. And and you decided that you didn't want to put up with that individual. You didn't want to be the change you, because that made you uncomfortable. That was away from what your original plan was, or it was too far away from what the world would accept. We have to stop thinking about what the world is going to accept and only remind ourselves of what God wants out of us, what God needs us to be as we build his kingdom. So I challenge you, I challenge myself to remember that God is our strength. So we are always strong no matter how weak we think we are. And we can get through to that next level. We can step out of our comfort zone. We can move beyond where we have ever been before, even though somewhere that we see ourselves going may be familiar. You keep going beyond that familiar place and you will open up new territories beyond your wildest imaginations, because that's what God calls us into. So if we do that, if we challenge ourselves to do that, we may see a greater person revealed, just like I saw in my dream. And hopefully next time I'm come across this greater version of me, not only will I be closer to being that greater version of me and beyond, but I won't attack it. So I pray you guys have a blessed day, and I will see you next time.